Ezekwesili. And minutes past 3. The first hard fact of today is 758. That's the confirmed new cases of COVID-19 area yesterday, according to the NC, a huge number. And by now, you know what to do. You have to remember, of course, that this life now one, na individual, as the Christians will say, salvation as a personal matter. So protect the people you care about. Wear a mask. Do it for yourself. You're not doing it for the act of everybody else. Do it because you want to protect us, you want to protect those you care about. Ignore tell you, oh, it's not real, because you're too. You're protecting them. They're being silly and they're telling you, oh, they don't believe 19 is real. You're protecting them as well. So please keep your distance, even if you're the only person. Limit your movement, sanitize your hands as often as you can. Spread the word. Try and be an evangelist. And I know that if all 9,000 of you who are listening to me at the moment tell 20 people to do the right thing today, we're going to stop Lagos. On today's Big Three, the House of Reps asking the SEC extend the NIN deadline until the end of February. Talk about the latest from Kankara. Then we're going to talk about the Police Service Commission reform bill passing second read. Today is Wednesday, so to bring you the glass ceiling. You often forget that Sandra you love when she's talking politics, but all the glass ceiling. So all of a sudden you start telling her, not even be talking in public because Sandra's telling her she have equal rights. But on today's glass, you talk about women in leadership. I'm especially interested in looking at it from this angle. Because a lot of you, it's against your religion for women need, for women to be as equals, for women to do whatever they want to do, whenever they want to do it, and to do it the same way that men. So let's take a look at that, huh? And because we're doing a review of the year 20, you can talk to me about any topic that we've got here on the glass ceiling that you still want to discuss. All right, so 4 to 5, that's when that will happen. This big hard fact, let's talk about 2020. Like I said, we're continuing a year in review. News updates coming your way of every hour, but let's bring you to this week.
This is the Big Three.
The Big Three Facts
On 99.3 Trade Info.
Can NIMC register over 100 million NINs in 10 days? Can they do that? How close are we to liberating Kankara boys? And can the SC bill improve police oversight? Those are the big three. Lagos, let's talk. The story is the deadline for linking your SIM to your NIN. As you earlier on, that the NC has set December 30th as the day, as the deadline. You've heard that story all day on Nigeria for today. All the various shows I've talked about it. It's news again and again. And the matter is that online that is not linked to an ID number by the 30th of December will be disconnected. Before I got on the show, the House of Reps said that the deadline is too close. They moved a motion asking the NCC Communications Ministry to extend the deadline until February 28th of next year. So 10 weeks instead of 2. And the reps gave them, let me quote Ndudi Elumelu, he's the man who moved the motion. He said, quote, millions of subscribers will be disconnected and this will lead to untouchables for Nigerians this Christmas. It will almost be impossible for Nigerians, 200 million of them, and the majority for having no name to register with the National Identity Management Mission. And again, so that name to network operate all within 2 weeks. While we are not a registration requirement, we are saying that NCC should extend the 2 weeks deadline, quote. Now, let me give facts and figures. According to the NCC itself, there are 207.9 million phone subscriptions. That is actually 207 million. Now, that doesn't mean that there are 200 people with phones. That's not what that means, because a lot of people have more than one line. So, based on NCC's own data, which places teledensity at 108%, if you can project that there are 190 million unique subscribers. If you even say that some of those ones are for ATMs and POS machines, non-people like your MiFi device, bad. We're looking at least 150 million unique subscribers. At least. Now, according to NIMC themselves, they have issued a total of 42 million NINs since inception. By the way, that includes people who have now died. 42 million. Including people that have left the country. Million. So let that there are still 40 million NINs. 150 million minus 40 million. That's 110 million Nigerians who have NINs but don't have NINs. But let's bring it down to million self. Let's round figure. 100 million Nigerians. Phone lines, no name. Now the working days between now and December hit. You remove Christmas and Boxing Day and New Year Day. Actually, no, by that that's the deadline. So we don't get the 31st. So you have 16th, 17th, 18th, 22nd, 23rd, 28th, 29th, and 30th. 10 days. So NCC wants NIN to register 100 million Nigerians. 10 days. That's Nigerians a day. That's 1.25 million Nigerians per hour in a pandemic with social distancing. Do you think it's feasible? Now, of course, the SEC may decide to not adopt the House's resolution, so which means that they may go ahead with their date. We do hope that they extend it by the 10 weeks. But even that test, do you think it's enough? Now, of course, they announced this, go and register your lockdown. There was not a lot of information coming from the NCC reminding people to go and get this done. And now we have a deadline, 30th. At least 100 million Nigerians, 10 days, 10 million Nigerians a day, 1.25 million Nigerians per hour in a pandemic. 0700-993-993, 993, 0700-993-993. What do you think about the House of Reps resolution? Do you think it's possible to issue NINs to 100 million Nigerians in 10 working days? WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. I've banned Richard in Lekki because Richard in Lekki was unruly the last time he called the show. So, Richard, I'm not going to be taking your call. 99.3, hello. Sorry about that. Call back. 99.3. Sorry about that. Call back. WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. Hello.
Hello.
What's your name, sir?
Please, it's Kenneth. I'm calling from Lekki.
Welcome. Good afternoon.
NCC is like I don't really know. I would say they are joking.
Okay.
If they are not joking, it's not possible for Nigeria to register as they claim. It's not possible. So I don't really know why they always make things difficult for Nigeria.
Okay.
It's only God that will help this country.
All right. Thanks for calling us. 99.3. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name?
Yeah, Ruben from here.
Welcome, Ruben. Go ahead.
Yeah, you didn't even mention that they are not even. I don't think there will be enough ministry or agents to even take on 1.52 million people per day for the whole 10 days. That's another one. Then the telecommunications people are actually going to suffer the most for this, because I don't think Nigerians are really interested in stress in this December. This over-stress where this government want to give people, I don't think they are ready for it. And I believe that the National Assembly or the House of Reps are going to come with a very, very good, they are going to come with resolutions that the ministry will have no choice but to obey. Even the telecommunication people will also not let them rest, because they are not ready to lose about 50 million subscribers just like that. So I don't think it really makes a lot of sense for me. Thank you very much, man.
All right. Thanks for calling us. Chisom is in Lekki. Hello, Chisom.
Yeah, hi, Sandra.
How are you?
I'm fine. Seriously, what are you doing in journalism? You should be a mathematician or something. The way you break down these numbers, I've been listening to you for a while, and I've never seen anyone break down numbers the way you do.
Thank you.
Really, keep it up.
Thank you.
Sandra, I think a simple KYC page on this telco's website could solve this thing. Because there's a USSD code that you send from your registered number and you get your NIN number.
That's right.
Right?
Right.
Which means that the channel is already there. They can actually query the NIMC database. That's the telcos. That's how they get those numbers and make it pop up on your phone.
Right.
So the channel is already there. Just put a KYC on their website. Customers would go there, update it with your numbers, and that's the end. We don't need to, physically go to, their stores.
If you don't physically go, how will they know that you're a human being? You might be a yam for all they know. You might be a bottle of water.
Well, they have the data now, right?
Mm.
If you do *346#
Yes.
on the number you registered, while getting the NIN number, the number will pop up on your phone.
Right. And if you have a BVN, actually, it also automatically generates an NIN number for you as well. So most people can find that. But what you have happening is it's only linked to that number. So for some people like myself who have more than one SIM or one line, those other numbers are not tied to the NIN number. So you still have to go and register.
That's the essence of the Know Your Customer KYC thing on their page, on the website.
Now, who do you want to have that on their website? The telco or NIMC?
The telco. The telco. I have a telco that I use. They have a KYC.
Okay.
On their website where I update my other numbers there. So they can now link all those numbers together.
Okay. So you don't have a problem, is what you're saying?
I don't.
Maybe we should all port to your network. Who's your network?
Swift networks. They have a KYC on their website.
You can't make calls with Swift now.
No, you can make calls with Swift, but if Swift can have a KYC,
exactly.
Why not other networks?
Why not other people? Fair point. Chisom, thanks for calling me. I love talking to you. 99.3. Hello. Hello.
Okay,
hello.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir?
My name is Tega.
Tega, welcome.
Yeah, on the part of our legislature. See, I found it anything that benefits them. That's where you see them. They will quickly decide on what to do.
How does this one benefit them now?
They shouldn't expect it. They just think so that's way because they know they are going to benefit from it. Yes, that's how I see it.
Okay.
We all know that the N19 stuff. I have my. It's benefit for everyone. It's very useful for everyone, for every Nigerian. We know, but you can't just wake up one night and tell me 2 weeks. But now they are telling it because they know they use this thing.
But do you think that they can register at least 100 million Nigerians in 10 weeks?
From the beginning, before they announced, they know it's not possible. They know it's not possible. So they just want to, probably they want to see the reaction of Nigerians. Now they've done our reaction and they are telling it. And because they know if they say it, they might get one block as well. So that's why I see it.
All right, Tega, thanks for calling. We've got messages on WhatsApp. Moses from Ojo says that this is just a diversion of attention from the kidnapping that happened in Kankara. Can you tell me the use of this now? Police matter they cannot change. Instead, if it's the system to build strong institutions where everybody is equal before the law, they can't do that. Maybe we're going to see good change sometime. Moses in Ojo says. Do you agree with Moses that this is a diversion of our attention from the terrible event in Katsina where more than 300 boys were kidnapped? Festus in VI says... these people are not serious at all. Just got a message from Emmanuel Nikoton there. Sandra, I just had an online chat with an agent of a telco. I was told that the number can be sent via email and other online platforms. And the telco just needs to send the number to NIMC for ratification, Emmanuel Cotton says. All right, Emmanuel, which particular telco? Because this may not apply to all telcos. So say, for instance, MTN is doing it. Doesn't mean that Glo is doing it or Nine Mobile is doing it or Airtel is doing it. So if you can tell me, of course. So Emmanuel says MTN is doing it. So if you use an MTN line, get in touch with them, with their customer care via email or via other online platforms and send them your details, send them the updated version of your details, and then they should be able to help. Good afternoon, Sandra. My take on this deadline for the linkage of SIM to our NIN is that NIMC should be mandated to first release the NIN of those that have registered that haven't gotten their NIN for years. Then NIMC should deploy more machines, if possible, to all the local governments across the nation to ease the registration. The telecommunications companies should be provided platform as an alternative to coming to their office for their users to supply their NIN instead of asking all their subscribers to come and queue up in their offices, all in the name of submitting NIN. thereby wasting their valuable time. That's a message from Raji Saminu. Saminu is in Ojo. Raji, thanks for your message. Let's come back to the phone lines. 0700-993-993. That's the number to call. 0700-993-993. You can also send us a message via WhatsApp 080-959-75805. There's Twitter at Nigeria Info FM. Use the hashtag Nigeria Info HF. Nigeria Info HF. H for hungry. I'm hungry, so that's the word that came into my mind. And then Facebook, where we're streaming live, leave us a comment there. Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3. Ebuka is in Shomolu. Ebuka, welcome.
Yes, Sandra Ezekwesili.
Good to have you on the show.
Good afternoon. How are you, Sandra?
Good afternoon. I'm good.
Great. Yeah, I think I've said this before. Just like what the caller said, look like they were listening. You know, these people can just show how dumb they can be. I'm sorry, I don't like using such words. But then, sometimes, I mean, we're not fools. How could you just wake up one day, hold a meeting, and not decide to say 2 weeks? Sandra, where is it being done? How possible is it?
Good question.
I don't know. How possible is it?
They ask you, they ask me.
Even in 10 months, it's not possible at all. Sandra, it would have been a continuous exercise. It's for a good purpose, no doubt about that. But at least it should be a continuous exercise and not to give us ultimatum or deadline for 2 weeks. Well, okay, did they ever consider the issue of the pandemic that we're talking about here? And they know everybody will rush out now, some of each other. How does that help issues? Why wouldn't they just look before they leap? I rest my case, Sandra.
Ebuka, thank you so much for calling us. We'll take one final call and then we're off on a break. 99.3, hello.
Good afternoon, Sandra.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name?
This is Peter. I'm calling from Lagos Island.
Welcome, Peter.
I think the deadline is a very wrong time that they have chosen this deadline for so many factors. This is a festive period where people are going off, trying to prepare for their various families and all that. Everybody is busy this time. The world is even fighting of the second coronavirus and all that. And people are giving people deadline for registration of. I think this is a very wrong decision. Our government should just think about it. If they can even go to communities, open some of their branches, so that people can easily register, not by coming to their offices. I think that will go a long way. 2 months is not even okay for registration of these things. But this period is very, very wrong for the government to do that. Thank you.
Thank you for calling me, Peter. On WhatsApp, we've got a few more messages. Dolakbo says, unfortunately, the kind of policies being thrown to Nigerians sometimes by our government are awkward and doesn't have any iota of common sense. How can you give people ultimatum to get this done within 2 weeks? To register NIN itself is like hell. I just wish the NCC will have a better way to get this done seamlessly via online platforms. Can't we just get something right? For God's sakes, Dolakbo is asking. Dolakbo also says the government is just using every possible way to divert people's attention from every issue happening all around the country so that they can get away from being questioned. All right. Thanks for your message, Dolakbo, on WhatsApp. WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. Twitter has Charles Chooks 10, who says, I believe they're joking and they're just trying to make Nigerians take the registration very serious. By December next year, this will not happen. Also, what will happen to foreigners? Won't they have a SIM? Will they be given automatic citizenship? I don't even know again. Isaac Babs says, Sandra, all the registration we've done before now, where has it taken us? You cannot even go to the network provider with complete on 419 numbers calling you and you'll be attended to. So what's the use of all the registrations? We'll be right back.
Free Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
People of a common purpose.
So they are no longer fighting crime. They are fighting the people that they are supposed to be protecting.
Searching for answers. Anger and tensions rise. A nation on the verge.
The primary duty of the police and other law enforcement agencies remains the protection of lives.
People of frayed nerves.
What's going on here? Nigeria is very underdeveloped. How can we not have lights in the 21st century?
Events defining the course of humanity.
The coronavirus, also known as COVID-19, has affected the way.
All on the round table. Join Sheriff Quadri, Ahoho Obo, Sandra Ezekwesili, and Joyce Onyemuwa on the round table. As we take a deeper retro look at major events that shaped the year 2020. The round table, 9 a.m. Friday, December 18, 2020. Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
LiveSpot 360 presents the LiveSpot exclusive concert. Get ready for 2 days of this exclusive and extraordinary concert experience this December 19th, headlined by Burna Boy. And 20th by Whiskey. With special performances by Dare, Simi, Yemi Alade, Pato Rankin, Omale, Mayokun, Joe Boy, Rema, Ricardo Banks, Copy, Olakira, Dotsu, Spinall, and more. It's all going down live at the Eco Convention Center on Saturday, December 19th and Sunday, December 20th. This exclusive event is table seating only. No mask, no entry. For reservations, please call 0903-500-0055 or WhatsApp 0908-722-6029. Get your tickets at livespotnation.com. The LiveSpot exclusive concert powered by LiveSpot 360, supported by Dot Play, Rent a Rig, Pepsi, media partners, Cool FM, Wazobi FM, Nigeria Info, MTV Base, and DSTV Nigeria.
Hello, this is Abiodun Koya, host and presenter of Hymsical. So, guess what? We're having a Hymsical Live special edition to celebrate my upcoming birthday. Yours truly will be in the studio live, and you and your friends get to win Hymsical studio passes to join me live in presenting this Hymsical special. All you have to do is follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SingAbiodunKoya. Comment how much you enjoy Hymsical and tag Nigeria Info FM. OMG! I can't wait. It's going to be fantastic.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
This is the Big Three.
The Big Three. On Hard Facts.
On 99.3 Nigeria Info.
It's 3:30. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili, and we are not taking our eyes off of the Kankara kidnapping here on Hard Facts. It's our second Big Three story. The parents of the missing children are still keeping vigil at Government Science Secondary School. Many are saying that they will not leave until they've been reunited with their children. Remember, yesterday there were conflicting reports. The Katsina state government was saying that the army had rescued 15 boys and the police was returning them to their parents at the school. But the parents were saying that it had not happened yet. Now today, the state government is saying that there have been more recovered children. They're claiming that some children have returned from the bush on their own. Abdulaziz Meituruka said it to BBC Hausa, and he's an essay to the governor in Katsina, to Governor Aminu Masari. And BBC asked him how many students had returned, but he said that he couldn't give a figure until the army confirms it today. So we're all waiting to hear from the army on that particular matter. Meanwhile, the Director General of the Progressive Governors Forum has called this kidnapping a national embarrassment. Dr. Salihu Lukman, he's saying that the security personnel in Kankara and the traditional rulers should be held responsible. He said, quote, every policeman and other security personnel, traditional and community leaders within Kankara or on the routes where the GSSS Kankara school children would have been taken through should be arrested and tried, end quote. speaking of responsibility, there's still the question of who is behind this kidnapping. Because as you know, Boko Haram has tried to claim responsibility, but there's still no confirmation from government sources. In fact, the BBC asked Meituruka about Boko Haram's claim, and he said that there's nothing official there yet. Remember, he's the SA to the governor. And he said there's nothing official yet. Instead, what we have the media aid to the governor, so Governor Masari, indirectly telling Channels TV was that it was bandits. He said the bandits had warned the security agencies to stop flying their helicopters so close to their hideouts. That's according to Channels TV. So the question becomes, is it Boko Haram or is it bandits? Meanwhile, the AFP is reporting a theory that Boko Haram may have paid some bandits in the area to do the kidnapping on their behalf. That's the latest with the kidnappings, Lagos. I know that there are a lot of other stories and there's a temptation to leave this one on the back burner. But here on Hard Facts, we're going to keep bringing you the latest on this story. Because we have 333 young boys missing and in danger. So we have to keep our eye on that story. What do you think about what the governor's aides have said about the rescue effort? What about the seeming miscommunications between the parents and the security agencies? What do you think about the PGF? The PGF's, the Progressive Governors Forum DG, wanting police officers and soldiers to be held responsible, as well as traditional rulers. 0700-993-993 993 0700 993 993 993. You can tweet at us at Nigeria Info FM. You can also share your thoughts with us via WhatsApp 080-959-75805. Our next caller is MI in Akoka. MI, welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Sandra Ezekwesili.
Good afternoon.
Sandra, a man that cannot break kola nut should not call himself a red cap chief. If you cannot break kola nut, please stop calling yourself a red cap chief. How can you be a minister of communications and you don't know how these things work? It's not good now. How can someone... Jesus. The last time I called, it was because of these things. In 2020, the world is talking about Elon Musk is going to sending people to the moon. See what you are having conversations upon. And when they call us a third world country, you are annoyed. The lack of critical thinking in Nigeria gets me annoyed, Sandra Ezekwesili.
Well, there's no lack of critical thinking. You're a critical thinker. I'm a critical thinker. So is there really a lack of critical thinking?
Sandra, the one that even annoys me the most, according to that report, they said that they were stakeholders. I want to know who. I'm not surprised with the minister for far as concerned, the square peg in the round hole. But those stakeholders, I want to know who they are. Couldn't they tell him, Oga, you are naked, instead of telling them they're wearing invisible garments? In 2020, in December, second wave is in place. Pandemic, people are even really just coming to read and saying that, oh, they don't want us to enjoy Christmas. I mean, I don't understand, Sandra. About the second story, Sandra, see, if you want to blame somebody, you might as well give us state police. You are blaming people in the state. Meanwhile, security is controlled by the federal. You are being clever by half now. If you want to divide this orange, divide it with the right and left. You're not. In fact, Sandra, the first story really get me annoyed. I was like, I will not do anything, and if anything happens to my life, I'm suing them because I'm tired of this now. You cannot even think of future. You are thinking of just chantings.
Am I breathe, breathe, calm down, breathe. We've got a message on WhatsApp, Ola, who lives in the US, and he says, Sandra, how can I retain my SIM number now that I'm not coming back anytime soon? That's a great question. I do not know. But here's the thing. I am working on bringing Issa Pantami on the show. I do hope that he has time to make it. He couldn't today because of the FEC meeting. He's at the FEC meeting today. But hopefully he's able to join us on Hard Facts and we can ask him all of these questions about all of these issues. Yes? We've got Ray Observer in Ogun State on the line. Ray Observer, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Sandra.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sandra, you know what? Like the gentleman that just finished talking. He said a man that can break cola nut shouldn't call himself a red cap chief. You know, Sandra, this goes a long way to the decay in policies over the year in governance. I mean, I don't understand how 333 boys will be taken, and not that they took motorbike, will be taken, and they moved miles. And they said they have divided them in batches, and nobody.
The
Sandra,
actual
nobody,
number is even 502. They've accounted for all but 333.
Okay.
Yes. So it's even
so
bigger.
What are we talking about? They were taken, and they walked by foot. Not that they entered the vehicle, but they took them by. I mean, Sandra, what kind of country are we operating in? And right now, I don't know what the person you said they should hold the security operative and all and chiefs accountable. I think I concur with that fellow.
Okay.
I concur with that fellow because there is no smoke without fire. The Yoruba people, they have an adage. They say, "Kokoro don't for it for lower." There are people that are making money. They are using this thing as business. And they are making money day in, day out. The security aspect of this country, I don't know what they are doing. Because if you look, how will they brought out and they say, in order to fight insurgency and Boko Haram, $1 billion. Sandra, do you know what that amounts to? 400 billion naira. And a house member said a house member in security said he has not seen that the only places he sees brand new guns is in Abuja and not with the soldiers. Then a general came out and said that the weapon these people use are more sophisticated than the weapon they use. They now demoted him. Sandra, it is well. Let's just watch. Well, it's a movie, and we are watching. Because one thing that, if you see, Sandra, let me tell you something. Do you know why they came out? They came out with the NII number.
Why?
They have seen that this thing, the security, it's getting out of hand. When it started in the northwest. They didn't know it was going to spread. Now it is in the southwest. Northwest. Now it's coming gradually to the south. Now they are shaking now. They now said, in order to, that's why they quickly came out. Because I don't know the kind of policies they made. They quickly came out, okay, let's dismantle all the, because these people that do this, they make calls. Let's dismantle. It's a good idea. But it's late. It's late. Because now people are going to be aggrieved this December. Sandra, you think about it. God forbid, if we were in their shoes and this December our brothers are being kidnapped, how do you expect the person to celebrate the Christmas and New Year celebration? How do you expect it? Now they are aggrieved and they are there with the little security apparatus we have. They are guarding themselves. I learned I don't know on news that Aisha Buhari has left for Dubai. I don't know how true, because of insecurity in Asuro. The same woman said her husband is not in charge, that Kabaz has taken over. Good evening.
Ray Observer, thanks for calling us. Let's move on to our final story. Police reform is our final story. Don't worry, you can still talk about the first two stories when you call us. But the PSC reform bill has scaled second reading in the House of Reps. PSC is the Police Service Commission. Remember last month, I did a whole series of big hard facts on police reform. My guest was Chief Andy Oboforibo. And on every episode, he kept hammering this point, that the only way to fix policing is to strengthen the PSC. Because on paper, the PSC has all these powers to regulate, to monitor the police, but in practice, they don't have the resources. Now, I always tell you that the decision makers listen to hard facts. Because all of a sudden, the National Assembly is paying attention to the PSC. Is it a coincidence? Coincidence? I think not. So when you call me and you ask me, these leaders, are they even listening? Yes, they are. If you remember, we said here on Hard Facts that the PSC needs to have offices in all the states. Right now, they only have an office in Abuja, where the commission and the chairman sit. But this reform bill is going to create state offices for the PSC. It's also going to empower those state offices to set up special panels and committees to look into particular policing issues in the state. So now the state police commands will have a PSC office in their state watching them. And this bill doesn't stop there. It also wants to change the process for hiring, disciplining, and firing police officers under the bill. Under this bill, all those decisions will now have to pass through the PSC state office. Again, this was one of the points that was made here on Big Hard Fact. Those decisions must be fully removed from the police and placed in the hands of the PSC. Especially if you remember that, I think it was last week, we saw a story about constables having to allegedly pay up to 700,000 naira in bribes. Now, the big question, of course, will now be funding and implementation. I mean, it's one thing to say in the law that these offices must exist. It's another thing to give them the resources that they would need to do the job. So maybe we should restart this conversation, this police reform conversation in the new year. What do you think? 0700-993-993. What do you think about these provisions in the new Police Service Commission Reform Bill? What do you think about the seeming miscommunication between the parents of these children who were kidnapped and the security agencies? What do you think about the DG of the Progressive Governors Forum wanting police officers and traditional rulers and soldiers to be held accountable? What do you think about what the governor's aides have said about the rescue mission? And our first story today was about NIMC and NIN. Do you agree with the House of Reps that they should move this by 10 weeks? Do you think it's possible to issue NINs to 100 million Nigerians in 10 working days? Nathaniel is on the line. He's in Lekki today. Nathaniel, welcome.
Yeah. Oh, my name is Nathaniel. I'm calling from Lekki.
Yes, welcome. Go ahead.
Okay. Very good afternoon to you. I think I really love the show you're trying. You're doing a great job, and God bless you.
Thank you.
On the kidnap issue of
the boys,
the children that we are taking into custody device, it is a very big shame and embarrassment to a country like ours, Nigeria. Okay, where these have continued to occur, and up to now, the government, as we are speaking, don't really have come to a crossroads. Don't really know how to fix this particular challenge of when you don't have a structure in place, and these are the things that are about to occur. You don't have a structure in place that will take care of all these things. Now, are they telling us that severally the northern part of the country have come under attack of the kidnappers?
Hello, Nathaniel. Are you there? Oh no, I'm sorry. Let's take another call. 99.3.
Good afternoon, President.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name? Welcome.
My take on the kidnapped schoolboy in Kankara. You see, school, I believe they were kidnapped, but the main reason of them being kidnapped is there are some people that really want to transform money from the federal government. That's my belief, because you can't. I don't know. Even if the whole village is only one village, the whole village, that everywhere is bullshit. I don't know. Some people kidnap hundreds of people, human beings, and without no traces up till now, they are not where to be from. So it means even the governor should be finger in this. I suspect him. Masari. Yes, I suspect him. There are some people. In fact, it's not Shekau. Shekau is not. It's not part of this time around. I am very sure of this. Not to start for money for federal government. That's my belief. So they should just hold on to them. I know. Let me see catch it up there one day.
Ogenetega, thank you for calling us. Ogenetega say, I am sure it's not Shekau. As if Ogenetega works with Shekau. As if it's Shekau's PA. We've got messages on Facebook. Ayo Adeniji says, it's over 15 years that we do not have light in my town in Ondo State. And they're asking me to go and register SIM again. Go better for them. Akanji Habib says, we will wake up one day, the way they wake up one day and put a mandate on something, and I don't think I understand what you're trying to say. Maybe take a look at it and say it again. On Facebook, Prince Adebayo Shamshuddin says they should bring NIN registration center to every polling booth for 6 months at least. Temuno Enauwo says, Sandra, please. It was not just NCC decision alone. The meeting was held with all the stakeholders, including the telecoms companies. So the telecom companies should tell us how they want us to achieve this deadline. All right, Temuna, thank you so much for your message. Obichie Chooks. Okay, well, thanks for complimenting our studio. Samuel Atanda says, Sandra, shock you. See our analogy minister. This is just to give people tasks and provide avenue for boys' money for Christmas. Wow. We've got more messages, a lot of messages on Facebook, to be honest with you. But let's talk to Kel first. Kel is in Ikeja. Hello, Kel.
Hello, good afternoon.
Thanks for calling.
Okay. I want to start by you guys are doing a very great show.
Thank you.
Okay. And secondly, I just want to ask again, why are Nigerians complaining?
Okay.
Why are they complaining?
Okay.
They prayed for it.
They prayed for what?
All these things that happened, they prayed for it. Yes.
They prayed to register their SIM in 10 days?
Like they prayed to suffer.
How?
I'm serious. And they are just starting. They are just starting. I'm telling you the truth. Okay, now put it this way.
I'm here. I can hear him.
Okay, now put it this way. How can you say somebody came out, the most educated president ever, came out, and you say no, you don't want such person. Now you want somebody opposite, and you expect progress. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. So one way or the other, Nigerians are responsible or should be responsible for the ashes they are passing through, and it's just the beginning. Hello?
I'm here, but
yes.
there's a flaw in your argument. Sometimes you make a choice when you're given an option. It doesn't mean that when you have begun to experience the consequences of that choice that you've made, you cannot complain because you chose.
No, you can't.
No, you can.
No, you can't.
No, you can. Do you use do you use an internet service provider?
Me? Mm-hmm. Everybody does that. I'm in Lagos.
So you chose one over another one, and when they don't do what you expect of them, you complain, don't you?
No, the question is the complaint is invalid because the truth of the matter is for the four popular networks, none of them are actually responding.
Okay.
They have one issue or the other, either high tariff rates.
Some people will make the argument for political party and politicians in Nigeria.
Yes, so that's just the way it is. So in summary, we just started. In fact, we've not even started.
All right, Kel. Thanks for calling. No, seriously, some people will make that argument for politicians as well. Same argument for what's it called now? My God, what's the word I'm looking for now? The same argument for internet service providers not working optimally. All four of them are not responding. Some people will say, oh, yeah, well, the politicians are all the same. There's no difference between them. So will you say that every time people make a particular choice during elections, whatever they see, they should take it like that? Don't they have a right to complain? But that's not part of the big three. That's a conversation we'll have on a different day. Let me go to WhatsApp and see the comments we have. This one is from Prince in Ikeja, who says, this Kankara case happened under the watch of Mr. President. Why should we blame all those innocent traditional elements who are helpless as the kidnapped children? If NIMC really wants to know what Nigerians want, they should just send out the yes or no option to extend or not extend the deadline. Our choices would be obvious, wouldn't it? The network can also push a KYC page link for subscribers to just update whatever info that they need. All right, Prince from Ikeja, thanks for your message. Sandra, this whole thing, whether it's Boko Haram or bandit, is a creation that we don't want to live with. How can we believe that the school, where it's located, is it in the bush? I'm not sure. Hold on. How can we believe this? Where the school located, is it in the bush, not town? Who will take over? Okay, no, this is a very difficult message for me to read, so perhaps take a look again and resend it to you. Okay, thank you. All right, we've got more messages coming in via WhatsApp. Sandra, the traditional rulers should be held responsible. Trust me, they had information about the kidnapping. However, they refused to give out information to the security personnel. Now, who know person, they do personal. Lekon says. Lekon, thanks for your message. Police Service Commission are not doing their job and they don't obey court orders, especially when court gives order for reinstatement of dismissed police officers. But they are quick to dismiss. Even when their legal development advise them, their plenary doesn't always obey. Please do your investigation, Nigeria Info. All right. Thank you for your message. You didn't leave your name, though. We've got Budget from Ayobo who says, Sandra, if you check them well, government won't use this registration do something political in the future. There's no policy or anything coming from our government that is for the good of the masses. It's never possible. But actually, registering to get an identification number is actually a good thing. Because remember, we're always saying that we want to know how many we are as a people. Like, we actually want to really know. We're always talking about how we want to unify our data, how we want to make sure that when we don't have multiplicity of data. So it's a good thing. Now, an argument can be made for why not optimize the data that they already have, because you have your BVN, you have your driver's license, you have your passport, you have between these three things, they can give you a national identification number. They can make the process less tedious, more seamless, if they wanted to. But we'll take a break, come back and wrap up this conversation on the Big Three today. Don't go away.
People of a common purpose, searching for answers, anger and tensions.